Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back with another episode of Chit Chat Pod, and it is another Sunday. Hello, everybody. Are you guys checking in with us? Hello, good evening, good evening, good evening. Chit Chat Pod is back for another episode, and today's episode is the Real on Real Estate. So, we're going to be talking with some real estate divas on today about some real estate, some home buying needs, and home investing if you're looking to do some investing for 2024. So, they're going to give us all the information on all of that today. So check in, check in. Hello, hello. I see you guys checking in. We're going to give you guys a few minutes to check in because you guys don't want to miss this. We got some dynamic divas in the real estate business who going to drop some dimes for you guys today. And I don't want you guys to miss that. So please make sure that you guys catch all of this. Take your notes, get all the information you need. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Yes, this is Chit Chat Pod where we chat all things women. So I'm your host, Shadonna, and it is 2024. So we're kicking off this year with some exciting things that's going on for 2024. We ended the year 2023 with our vision boards. And so we're kicking 2024 off with things that we wanted to establish for our vision boards and for the things that we want to manifest in 2024 off of those vision boards and the things that we were trying to do. So I need you guys to come on in and check in for this because this is one of the important things. I know that some people had home buying and wanted to purchase homes on their vision boards and wanted to do some investments and get into real estate as a career. So these ladies will be important to get information from and pull from and absorb some information from today. So we're not gonna hold you long, but we want to get into it. I want to give you guys some quick information on real estate that I pulled up today. But we know that the market right now, we're living in this time of inflation. And we know that a lot of people are, kind of optimistic about their home buying needs. So a lot of people are like, I don't know if I should buy a house right now with the inflation rates. Inflation as high as it is and the rates are high as it is or whatever. But guess what? These ladies are going to tell you. They know the ins and outs. They're going to give you all the information you need. Don't be believing the hypes of all the other stuff that people are telling you, all the myths or whatever. What you need to know, these ladies are going to tell you. So we know that this is an election year as well. So when you know that during election time, administrations, when we change administrations, that makes a difference in our economy, how well our economy is handled, and how our rates and our Federal Reserve, handle rates and give our institutions, make our institution rates and stuff, set those rates or whatever. So that kind of affects our market rate for housing as well. So be mindful of those things when you're looking and researching and trying to find things about home buying and all that. So get your pen and paper ready. I have on the panel with me today, I have Miss Lisa Hardiman Campbell. She's in the real estate area of Savannah, Georgia region area. I have Dr. Darisha Chaplin. She's in the Texarkana, Texas area. And I have Tequila Tooks. She's in the Atlanta and Middle Georgia region. So, broad area for a lot of these ladies, but the information and the backgrounds that they come from, and they all come from different backgrounds. I know a couple of them come from corporate backgrounds, and real estate became a side hustle and then became a permanent business for them. So I'll let them share in some of that when they give their background. So we're going to start out letting them give their quick bio. We'll start with Lisa, and then we'll go with Dr. Chaplin, and then we'll end with Tequila. with the quick bios, and then we'll get quickly into the questions. And if you got questions for our panel members in the audience, please post your questions, and Jada will highlight your questions so that our panel members can answer any questions that you might have. Okay, so we'll start with you, Lisa.
Hello, everybody. I am Lisa Campbell, and I am in the Savannah, Georgia region. Prior to beginning my career in real estate, I taught in the public school systems for decades, not decades, excuse me, but actually for about 14 years. I taught business and marketing students. I've also worked extensively in the area of marketing and sales and management. I've run a couple of companies on my own as well. So that's what I kind of bring into real estate. I'm a natural teacher. So my clients who come to me, they always leave with a lot more knowledge than what they had before. If you follow me on any of my platforms on social media, I'm always trying to educate the consumer. I have been in real estate full time. I left education completely, and I've been going full time since June 1st of this year. So thank you so much for having me on today.
No problem. Congrats on that too, as well. Dr. Chaplin.
Okay, can everybody hear me? Okay. Well, hello, ladies. Hello, Miss Campbell, Miss Tooks. I have not met you guys, so hello. So I've been in real estate. This is my second year. July will make 2 years for me. I do this on a part-time. I actually work for the government full-time. I'm a contracting officer, and I've been in the military. So a lot of my background is military, government. And I always wanted to do real estate. It was always on a dream of mine. So I was like, you know what? I finished my doctorate degree. And so I put on my bucket list. So I've been in real estate. I service the Texarkana area, Dallas areas, surrounding areas. And I work with a lot of new buyers, residential, single mothers, veterans. Those are like my niche. Those are the people that I work with that I help. And I did it, I think, because I bought my own house 2 years ago, and it was just, a process, and it was smooth, some areas, but some things I did not understand. And so I just felt like if I probably had a realtor that educated me, I would have made a better decision as far as home buying. And I love my house, but I think that's why I got into real estate, because I want to help other buyers. When you buy a house, that's a lot of debt that you're going to put on your income. And if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, it's supposed to be a blessing, but it could be a curse a little bit. So I'm really into real estate. I just love educating people. I love encouraging people. A lot of people that come to me, they come discouraged. They feel like they're not capable or qualified to buy. And when they're done having their buyer's consultation session with me, they just feel relieved. So I just really do it for the people. I just have a servant spirit. I love it. And one day I will do it full time, but right now I'm just doing it part time. I'm with EXP Realty, and I'm part of Key Connect Realty Group. So, hey, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. And we're glad to have you. Okay, Miss Tooks, we're ready for you.
I am Tequila Tooks. I am a service veteran, prior military, with also an extensive history in the civil service arena, where I left there and decided that because I had extensive history also in investing in real estate, I decided that I would embark upon it for, just something part-time to do. But I found out quickly that it is not a part-time job. It is, it's full-time. It requires me to serve full-time. And so I'm an agent with Keller Williams Atlanta Partners. I'm the team lead of Team It Takes Tooks, and also a member of our Market Center's Associate Leadership Council, as well as our chair for our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, where I have been doing that at Keller Williams for 3 years now.
Awesome. And I want to say congratulations, because it's named on the board for that. And
thank you.
That's a big time thing. So I want to say congratulations to you, because you've really been making your name up there in that Atlanta area. So good job for that. So we're going to get started, ladies. We're going to get started. I know we talked about some You guys mentioned in your bios some of the things that motivated you guys to get started in real estate. So we're going to jump right in. What for first time home buyers, you know, Lisa, I know that you sent you had sent a media. I think Jada has that. Do you have that, Jada? Jada's gonna pull that up. Can you give us a for first time home, walk us through the preparation process you would tell someone who is interested in buying a home?
Let me see. So the infographic that you guys have on the screen now, I kind of send this if I meet you in the streets or if I meet you by phone. It's just something I kind of send over in a quick text message to people because I meet a lot of people who say, well, I've never done this before, so what do I do? And one of the first things, I always like to say, get your house in order so that you can get your house in order. And with getting your house in order, you have to be conscious of your credit score. And I don't know if you guys have ever been in this situation, but I do remember a time in my life where you would ask me my credit score and I would be like, oh, no. Or, how much do you owe? How much debt do you have? I don't know. That's not really the best answer to have for yourself. You want to have an eye on your finances, even if you're currently in a space where you're not as strong financially as you want to be. You still want to be aware and not be ignorant when it comes to your financial situation. So I suggest that you have a credit monitoring app on your phone. And I strongly suggest that you not use Credit Karma because the information that Credit Karma uses, it's different. It's not a lie, but it's different. It's not what your lenders are using. Your lenders are using your FICO scores. And many of my lenders, what they advise people to do is to download the My FICO app. So download that. It costs money, but in the long run, it's going to save you if you know what's going on. And then you want to get pre-approved by a lender because you don't want to come to one of us and we show you homes that are way outside of what you can afford. And then once you find out what you can afford, that's going to be a huge blow to your heart, a blow to your life. And you may decide that you're not ready because you were looking at mansions prior, but your budget says that you can afford $250,000. Then get your documents together. People, this is another thing that kind of causes first-time home buyers to get frightened. It's really nothing to get frightened about. These are things that you have. Just get them and put them in a place where it's readily accessible. I would say put it in your Google Drive and also have a folder that you keep printed off with you. And it's like your last 2 months of your bank statements, your W-2s for the past 2 years, your tax returns for the past 2 years, 2 months of your pay stubs from work, along with your state IDs that you use. Once you have this stuff together, then you get to have fun with us. You a lot of times you pick us first and then we help you get this. So that's fine. You have us. Now we know how much you can afford and we're going to take you to tour homes. You get to make an offer. After you make that offer, that's when it's time for your inspections. And then you get your repairs done. You get an appraisal. They're going to make sure that that title is clear. And then here's the words that everybody loves to hear from their lender: clear to close. You'll get that. And then after you close, make sure you keep your paperwork. You're going to pay those final closing costs, transfer your utilities, and go home and have a party. That's what I say. So that's kind of what I give them. And on the flip side of that card, it has information about credit scores, and it kind of gives you an idea of what you can do with various levels of credit. Thank you.
Great information. Great information. Tequila, I'm going to go to you. What would you add to that for first-time home buyers in preparation for them to be prepared?
Miss Campbell covered the basics. As she said, you want to make sure that, you assess your financial situation, and that entails knowing your credit score, checking it. And I agree that my FICO is a better predictor of credit scores rather than Credit Karma. Important also, save for down payment, save for down payment and closing costs. I know that there are, down payment assistance programs to aid with purchase. However, you don't want to go into it knowingly relying upon sources such as that when you know that you want to purchase a home, and get pre-approved. It helps a lot. Speak with your mortgage lender, get pre-approved, and as also implore the assistance of a real estate agent who's qualified to assist you and to come up with a plan of action so that you can be ready for purchase.
So when we're looking at down payment and things like that for first-time home buyers, what
Mhm.
is typically the range of a percentage of what they need to have for a down payment?
So there is no hard set amount, depending on the loan program that you enter into. Your down payment can vary. For example, I know you, Shadana, are familiar with the VA home loan programs. They're 100% financing, no down payment required. However, you still will incur closing costs. USDA is also 100% financing. However, your FHA, which is more commonly used, would be 3.5%. There's an array of percentages and amounts required for down payment. It's gonna vary depending on the individual and their circumstances, but it can range anywhere from 0% to 20%. So it really just depends on you, your situation, and the home that you're preparing to purchase, whether it be your first time purchasing a home or if it's a secondary or vacation home or investment property, it's going to range. So be prepared. And in order to prepare, 20% is safe. Save 20% and you're somewhat in a safe zone there, I would say.
Great, great. Okay, Dr. Chaplin, I'm gonna go to you. So I know that you mentioned in your bio, because you was a single mom, you like to educate single moms. So what are some of the education options that you've been able to give for first-time home buyers who might have came into some difficulties when they realize, okay, I'm not quite where I need to be once they seen what they needed to purchase the homes? What are some of the things that you have provided to them to educate them so they can get to that point?
Okay, good question. So I actually do um, home buying seminars. So I do many sessions. I was doing them on the first and third Thursdays of every month, but now we're just going to do them on the third Thursdays. And this Thursday will actually be my first one for this year. So I've been hanging in there, but I would just say preparation and consistency. Before I bought my first home, I started preparing myself to buy 2 years before I actually bought. And so, like they said, hey, the people get excited and they're ready to buy, but we actually don't know where we are financially. So, when I was first ready to buy, I was there, but I wasn't quite there yet. So, I had to work on some things on my credit report. I had to do some budgeting. I had to do some saving. So, when people come to me and they're like, hey, Darisha, I'm ready to buy, and I'm like, okay, that's good, but let's see where you're at, because like Miss Campbell said, before you can get to us, the realtors, we have to, deal with the lenders. And I have a team that I actually work with, two ladies. So I have a credit repair specialist that I refer my buyers to, and I also have a lender that I go to. And we just work as a team. We help people get qualified. If they're not quite ready, I know who to send them to, and that's why we do buyers consultations. But I would just say preparation. You got to prepare to buy a house. As I stated before, that's a big debt that's going to go on your credit report. So you need to just know where you are financially. And as a single mother, you're already doing everything in the household by yourself. So I really just want my clients to be prepared and, just know what they're getting themselves into.
I think that's really good because I think a lot of people go into it like, I don't know what my credit score is, but I know I don't have any debt because I haven't, bought
Right.
anything, I haven't incurred anything. But because they don't have any credit,
Right. They don't have
they still
resolving.
don't, yeah, they still
Resolving.
don't qualify for stuff. So having that credit specialist on your team is very helpful because it gives them an opportunity to establish some things and
Right.
get them in preparation of providing those resources to give them that opportunity to build their credit. So that's
Yeah.
important as well. So I like that. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna start with you, Darisha. What are some programs available for first-time home buyers that we may not be aware of? Um, or for any home buyers that we may not be aware of. So educate us on that.
Okay, well, like Miss Took say, we have VA, so I use VA, but they do have like down payment assistance programs. So if you don't have the money, for your down payment, because you're going to have to pay something, whether you're paying closing costs, or so they do have down payment assistance programs. And I don't actually know like all the specific programs. My lender, she handles that. But I know that they have down payment assistance programs that can help you if you don't have all the money for your down payment.
Okay, Ms. Campbell, I'm gonna ask that same question to you. What are some options and programs available?
Okay, I am in, of course, I told you guys I'm in the Savannah area and the state of Georgia. So there are two really great programs. One is unique to the Savannah, Georgia area, and it's called the Savannah Dreammakers Program. And this is a program that is provided through a nonprofit organization called CHSA. They partner with the city of Savannah, and home buyers don't have to be a first-time home buyer, but there are income requirements for this. And for instance, a one-person household, you would have to make $40,000 a year or less. And those increments will go up depending on how many people are in your home. You can get up to $50,000 in assistance to assist with down payment and closing costs. Now, another down payment assistance program in Georgia is called the Georgia Dream Makers. And this is available to people regardless of where they live in the state of Georgia. They can use these funds. It's $10,000 for people who are not heroes. If you're a hero, it can be up to $12,200. And someone with this, a one-person household, I want to say the number is $47,000 or 48, but I think it's like $47,000. And Dr. Toots Toots can come in on that to just confirm that with me. But if you are in Savannah, if you buy a home within the city limits of Savannah, you can combine both of these programs. We just closed the guy last week who used Georgia Dream as well as the Savannah Dream Makers program. And I just say these are complete dream programs. Now, alternative routes, because we've talked a lot about credit scores today. There are two reputable programs that I would recommend that are rent to own programs for people. This is for people, your credit may not be as beautiful as you would like for it to be at the time, but you have money and you can also afford to pay what would be a mortgage, right? So one of the programs is Landis, and I'm a Landis certified agent. And with this particular program, it's typically just available to people in certain metro areas. So if you get out into the rural areas, they're not there with you yet, but they are in Atlanta, they are in Savannah, they are in Augusta, they are in Macon. And what you do with Landis, you qualify. And the Landis team, if you have your ducks in a row, it's the same paperwork we told you need for a house. They can have you pre-qualified in 3 hours. And that's not a lie, because I'm working with somebody right now with this program. And then they'll tell you how much house you qualify for. Then you work with your realtor, because you have to have a realtor first, because your link is going to come from a realtor to sign up. You work with your realtor, you get the house in the area, and then Landis makes a cash offer on that house. You rent your house from them for 3 years while working with a coach that's going to work with you and mentor you to get your credit in a better position. And then at the end of that term, you then buy that home back from Landis. Now, the kicker with this is you must have 2 to 3% saved on your own at the time of qualification. So if you don't have that, you won't even get to go far enough in the process. But there are people who don't have the credit score, but they do have money. And then there is one other program. What is that one that's in the Atlanta area? Do you know that one? Toots, you know the name of that one?
It's the Atlanta Dream Makers, and that's for residents that are within certain city limits of Atlanta, Fulton County area. So when you start talking about that one, it is going to be area location specific in order to be eligible for it.
And the rent to own in Atlanta is Home Partners of America. And so Atlanta residents can do Landis as well as Home Partners. And Home Partners, this is the advantage to Home Partners over Landis. Home Partners has lower rental rates. Landis will have a competitive, so your rent rate is gonna be based on the market. Home Partners will not exceed $1,600. So even if you qualify for a $300,000 home, you're still not gonna pay over a certain amount of rent.
And is that also income based? Since it's area based?
Yeah, and it's not, and you might think in your mind that these incomes are low. It's not like it's not necessarily a low income, but it's more for people with lower credit scores, the rent to own program. Because you know how sometimes life just hits sometimes, and it hits your credit score. And these programs give you an opportunity to rebound and also live in the type of home that you would like at the time.
I love that, because you people, like you said, life is lifing. So you have people that go through divorce, people are bouncing back from different situations or whatever, and trying to restart life and trying to, get back on their feet. So I mean, I commend the state for having these programs available so that people have an opportunity to, be homeowners without having the restrictions of, starting over or starting way back and starting from scratch. So this is important, and I will hope other states will kind of adopt some of this and and provide opportunities, because I mean it's a win for all when you can do that. If you want, every state should want people to be homeowners at some point. So awesome. So we're gonna keep it moving. Tequila, did you have anything to add for the programs?
I do want to mention just one that is nationally recognized, because I know that we have mentioned Georgia, programs that Georgia offer. And of course, with us being licensed Georgia agents, these are the programs that we are going to work with most, are the Georgia programs. So those are going to be the ones that we are most familiar with. However, NACA though is has longevity and very reputable. And some of the audience members out there may be familiar with NACA. It's the Neighborhood Association, Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America, and it is also a down payment assistance program. There's another one that I'm also I have a relationship with. It's called the Next Door programs, and they're for public servants, teachers. So you have the educators, the nurses, anyone in public service positions. If you want to inquire further about those programs, just Google Next Door Home Assistance Program. And it's going to be a grant more so than a down payment assistance program, because keep in mind that when we're talking down payment assistance program, it is just that it assists you so that you can get into the home. However, that most of the time that money is going to be paid back should you sell your home. And so the grants, of course, you don't have to pay those back. So yeah, I just wanted to just mention the NACA because it is nationally recognized.
I like that. And those are important, especially if it's a grant that you don't have to pay back.
Right.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
And
Keep
Shadonna,
it
sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm sorry. I don't know if anybody's tuning in from Texas. So I'm licensed in Texas and Arkansas, but I service the Texarkana area. So it's more like a rural area. We have like USDA, but we do have and I'm glad she brought up grants, because we have the Home Buyers Association program. And I actually just found out about that, where they do grants and they'll help you pay for your closing costs. So if anybody in the Texarkana area is on this live, you can Google Home Buyers Association program.
Awesome.
And I forgot to mention too, there's another opportunity for people who receive Section 8. It depends on your city or your county, but you can use your Section 8 voucher to purchase a home. So that is something that you want to check in with whoever manages the Section 8 vouchers in your city. Give them a call and find out if that is available in your city or your county.
Yes, I think that's through like USDA. I think somebody, but I know in Dallas they do it. Texarkana, they haven't did it yet, but the Dallas area, the Metroplex, they do it. And so I'll be servicing that area in February. I'll be selling real estate in Dallas, so I'm excited about that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I love it, ladies. I love it. So, Tequila, we're going to start with you. Investment properties, because I know you're a big time investor.
Mhm.
You and your husband are tag team partners in investing now. So, take us on the investment property journey and tell us, are there any other areas people are investing in property other than just through real estate? I know that auctions are another availability that people can invest in things. So,
So, there's not any one in particular. For most investors, you are just looking for ideal location and just to purchase a home where you can return profit on your investment. Um, and auctions, of course, is a way by which you can secure these type of homes, but never undermine the value in networking. Networking is tried and true. You have social media groups now, and you have homes that are people who are, of course, I know it's, not advantageous to prey on someone else's downfall. However, if you're an investor, an opportunity for investment is short sales, foreclosures. And so, there are groups out there on social media that you can target for investment opportunities. Um, when people are, going through things and, need to, get rid of their homes. Going door to door, if you don't want to knock, you can sometimes find abandoned homes and go on the tax assessor's website on qpublic.net. Pretty much reverse search, look up the contact information for the owners of that property and send letters. Most of the time, they will have an updated address that's not the location address if it's abandoned. They'll have the point of contact's information on the website, and you can write a letter. We've secured, homes like that, and driving around town and targeting for sell by owners. That way you can, I can't do that now as a licensed agent, but prior to that, like I said, I have over 15 years in investing. And so those are ways by which we were able to secure some, really awesome deals as investors.
good information. Dr. Chaplin or Miss Campbell, would you guys like to chime in on investments?
I think Miss Tooks, is that, I don't want to pronounce her name wrong. Tooks. I think she basically went over it. I've had worked with a few investor clients, but like she said, like mine came through networking. Networking and referrals is the heart of real estate. That's how I feel. That's why I tell my clients it's the heart of my business. So just I know there is one, what is it? I think it's HUDUSA.com, or you can go on there. Okay, she's shaking her head. Yes, so I must be right. You could go on there and find foreclosure listings, active foreclosures. So, like she said, just networking, just, getting with a realtor, getting with somebody that's knowledgeable in your community. Banks still send, properties that are foreclosure. So really just want to get with a realtor, because we have connections to lenders, mortgage loan officers, and we're working with them on a daily. So I would just say, connect yourself with a realtor, somebody that you're comfortable working with, and networking.
And I agree completely. Get with a realtor, because another thing that your realtor can help you with, Miss Toot said from the beginning, she said the reason you're investing is so you can get a return on your investment. So your realtor can go in and do some research on that area, do some research on that neighborhood. How, typically how long do homes stay on the market? Because a lot of people in where I am in the Savannah area, there are a lot of people who are interested in flipping. So the people who are flipping, they don't want to hold on to that property as an income property. They want to flip it. So they want to know, are these homes staying on the market over a year? in this neighborhood? If that's the case, that may not be as appealing to a flipper as if I were to point them into a neighborhood where the homes are typically coming off the market in 35 days. That may be more attractive to them. Another thing with investing, the investors that I have been working with, they are very savvy. So they are not investing as individuals, but they are creating LLCs and investing as a business entity. Now, I won't go into the details of that because that's not my profession, but you should definitely get with a financial professional, form a business entity and invest that way, because there are lots of tax advantages available to you that way as well, because you don't want your investments to be a burden and you don't want to break laws either. So go into it, be knowledgeable, and work with professionals all the way around.
That's actually smart. I'm starting to research that arena right now because my son is interested in that. That's what he wants his LLC in. So I had to start researching that before I purchased this LLC. So, but yeah, so that's great that you brought that up on the business side. So great. All right, so we're gonna move on. If anyone is interested in real estate as a career or a side hustle or a job, what advice would you give them on any challenges in real estate that people may need to know up front? I'll start with you, Tequila.
Okay, if you're interested in real estate as a career, side hustle, most importantly, just identify your why. Make sure that, upon identifying why you want to do this, you want to make sure that your reason for doing it doesn't, impede upon any laws or anything of that nature, and that your intentions are pure and that they're well thought through, because, real estate is pretty much, you're responsible as a real estate agent, you're responsible for probably the biggest purchase that most people make in a lifetime. And so with that, you're charged with a lot of responsibilities and laws that you have to follow as assist them while you're trying to help them, find a home or list their home for sale. So just do your research and make sure that you're doing it for the right reason, and recognize that it's a demanding profession. And so even though we make great money, it's not a walk in the park at all. It entails a lot of work, and you work an extensive amount of hours, and oftentimes that time that you put into it, it does return into you void, because if a deal doesn't close, you don't get paid. So that's why it's important to just do your research, do your homework, and make sure that you're going into the business for the right reason, with good intentions and reasonable expectations.
Excellent advice. Excellent advice. Okay, Ms. Campbell.
I agree with everything Tequila said. I mean, she just dotted every I and crossed every T on that. And the only thing that I would say that I like to tell people, and she hit that as well. I mean, it seems glamorous because for the most part, we share the highs with you guys on social media. We don't share the lows with you. But every time somebody goes under contract, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to make it to the closing table. And I refer to this, it's kind of like childbirth. If you've ever experienced a miscarriage, one of the things you learn if you do the research is that it's a miracle to see a baby happen, because so many of them never make it, to that end. And it's the same thing in a real estate transaction. You have to nurture that thing like a baby. And at the end, it may not make it to the closing table, but you have to be resilient. And I guess that would be the thing that I would have to add to you. You can't allow yourself to go into a dark space. You can't get sad about it. You have to understand that this is the business that I'm in. And if you waste time mourning over a lost close, then you're missing your next opportunity. So just like what Tequila said, go into it for the right reasons, and then believe in yourself. Believe that you are here, and if something doesn't go through, guess what? that just wasn't your person and that wasn't your deal at the time. But the next one that you need is it's going to find you, or you're going to find them.
Dr. Chaplin?
Okay, well, like Miss Campbell, Miss Tequila said, I mean, they basically, you know, put it down to the T. But I'm still a rookie in it. And a lot of people ask me why did I get into real estate? And I think that's, you got to know your why. I did it because I have a servant heart. I like to help people. And I just feel like this avenue, I'm able to help people and also minister to people. I understand this is a business, but at the end of the day, anybody that knows me know I'm going to speak about the Lord. I'm not going to push, God on anybody, but he's done a lot for me. And it's crazy the clients that he draws to me. I even had a lender I was working with, and I'm gonna make this story real quick. And so we was working a deal, and it seems like I get the hard deals. I get the ones that I got to really put some some elbow in it. So we was working it, and everybody was getting discouraged. They did not think we was going to close. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, when a closing is not gonna happen for me, I go pray. I ain't lying. I go pray. So I said, okay, well, I said, I'll call you back. I went and prayed. 5 minutes later, get a text from the lender. He was like, I don't know what you're saying to your God up above. He was like, but it worked. He was like, you make me want to get my relationship closer back with him. So that's why I do it. I do it for the people. I do it for the excitement on people's faces when they're getting their keys to their house. I get it for the ones who, really just want to make a change. Like, I want to make a change in my community. So I do it, and like she said, you got to be resilient, but I also feel like you got to be authentic. You got to be yourself. I feel like in real estate, it's a lot of competition. And like Miss Tequila said, it's a demanding environment. And so when you're coming at her, especially me, I'm new. I'm only going in on my 2 years. July will make 2 years for me. So I'm still learning, and so I'm still networking. I'm still getting up under other vets who's been in the game, and I'm learning. But I also am learning that just me being myself, me being true to Darisha, me being my authentic self, it draws the people who God has for me. So that would just be my, top, I guess, my adding to what they already said on top of what they said. So I would just say, just trust yourself, believe in yourself, and know, hey, if God gave you the vision, if you want to do real estate, you got to believe in yourself first. Nobody's going to believe in you. You got to believe in yourself. You got to put your brand out there. You got to make a name for yourself, and you just got to be bold. You just got to be bold. You can't be scared. You can't have fear in this season. If God said, hey, real estate is what you need to do, well, you need to start planning and see what is it, God, or where is it that you want me in this season? How can I become a better real estate? How can I better assist your people? So that's just my...
I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna let you start off with this question then. Well, when it comes to closing, who gets the excitement more, the buyer or the realtor?
You know what? For me, it's like I say, I do this part-time, and eventually I will go full-time as I'm building my business. But for me, the excitement is for my clients. I don't buy my house, and I have other investments that I'm still growing. But for me, it's the excitement of my clients, especially, if I work with a lot of first-time home buyers. I work with sellers and investors, but I really love working with first-time home buyers. Like, that is my heart of real estate. So for me, it's the clients. It's seeing their reaction. It's them thanking me. It's it's them just being excited that they're actually building generational wealth for their families and investing in themselves, and seeing, spending your money on something that you can see that you can make a return in, like Tequila says. So for me, it's my clients. And that's just, yeah, it's my clients. I love
Awesome.
them. I treat them like my kids.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, Tequila.
For me, it's definitely the client. I really don't see any other way to look at it, because that's the person that's actually going to be securing the debt. That's the question. That's the person that is going to be responsible for, making sure that it's paid so that they can stay in the home. They have just, done everything necessary in order to be able to call themselves homeowners. And that alone is a huge responsibility and comes with, a great rewarding feeling. And so I know that there is no way possible that I can, feel better than they feel about something like that. They definitely, it's most rewarding for them. Yep.
Absolutely. Miss Lisa?
I don't know who I would say gets the crown in the the battle for the joy, but I know that when I see the clients close, whether I was their active realtor or because I'm also a showing agent, so I help a lot of other people get to the closing table as well. But it's a joy. Just like just like Dr. Chaplin was saying, this is a ministry. So when the people come to me, I get to know them over time. I hear their stories. I feel like I know their family members that I haven't even met. And so to see them make it to the finish line is something that I cannot explain. So I feel like I'm their family when it's time. So the hugs that I give them, I feel it for them, because especially when they're having their highs and lows, we're their realtors, but it's kind of like your hairdressers and barbers too, because you have to keep them motivated. You have to keep pushing them toward the light. And when you see them get to the end, it's unspeakable joy for me. Like that's, it really is, because I'm really happy for them.
Awesome. And that says a whole lot about you ladies too. I mean, if you're really doing this with the heart of servanthood, I mean, it's saying that you guys in the right place, serving these people and the needs of these families and creating homes for these families. So it says a lot. I know when I was looking before I even moved to DC, and I was looking for I had started home buying in Georgia, and every time I kept looking at a house and I would put in an offer, my offer would get beat. And I didn't understand why. I was like, God, I keep getting beat out by the offer. And I didn't understand why. Well, my why was because the job in DC came open. And I had no idea that this job was coming open. And so this job came open. So I realized it was time for me to leave Georgia. And so my time in Georgia was up. So I ended up coming to DC. So then I realized, okay, God, I see why I kept getting beat out with all these offers. But I was still mad because I got passed on a whole bunch of nice houses. And I was like, at that time, the market was so good. And people was, selling left and right. But right now, I know that, people who are locked in these low rates, they probably ain't trying to sell right now because they want to stay with those low rates with the rates, kind of, I think the last time I checked, the rates was like six something. Is it still at 6.6 or something? So until it get back down to probably like 5% or something, I think, people are kind of start being a little bit more off the edge in the housing market. But yeah, it was going there for a minute. People was selling houses and, cash offerings and everything. I was getting beat out by everything. So it was a little frustrating, but I realized it was my time to leave Georgia and come here to DC. So, but my hat is off to you, because that realtor, he was working really hard for me, like hard. and I wasn't easy either. I was like, I need this. And then he was trying to cater to my son. He was like, I know Dre wants this and all this kind of stuff. So, they get to know your kids and what your kids like. So, to kind of make sure it's a family thing or whatever. So, and then when I moved here, the realtor here that helped me find my condo here was even better. I get cards from him on every holiday from him and his wife. So, I understand realtors are, they become a part of your family, and you build that rapport with them and relationship with them, because they want to keep you in the market. So if you decide to move or relocate or wherever, they want to keep your business. So I understand that. So ladies, I just want to thank you guys for a great session today. I thank you guys for being real about, real estate and giving us your input on the business side and what you guys have been able to impart in the business of real estate, and how you've been able to give back to your customers and your clients, and and the things that you've learned and the information you shared with our podcast. Jada, did we have any questions that came in? I was trying to see if we had any questions that came in on the audience so we can go through questions or whatever. And I want to make sure I went through all of the questions on here. So let me make sure. I think we went through all of the questions, but I'm gonna do a roundabout to make sure if you guys have any last minute comments or feedback that you want to do in closing comments. I'll start with you, Lisa, and then we'll go around.
Well, first I want to say thank you. I really enjoyed everybody on the set today, and the lasting impression I would like to leave with you guys on real estate. I know we talked a lot about first-time home buyers, but once you buy your first home, definitely don't stop there. Invest in real estate. The greatest transfer of generational wealth is that through land. God is not making any more land. It already exists. If you get a chance to get some land in your family, keep it in your family and find ways to make that land work for you and make money for you. This is how you can sustain your family for generations. I know a lot of people just don't, we don't think about that because some people are not brought up in families like that, but study and show yourself approved. Please get you some land, baby.
Great. Look, land is where it is. I'm telling you. You can buy land and you can build on that and create so much with land and property there. But we did have a question that came through the audience, so I'll let you guys jump on this. We had one of the audience member, Lisa Brown, wants to know, she needs advice on selling a prior home. She's never sold a home, so she needs to sell a home. So she needs advice on what she needs to do.
With a real estate
Get your realtor.
First, you need to get your real estate agent, Lisa.
Because they'll have to, Tequila knows, they'll have to see how much the home is appraised for. So we'll have to do a listing appointment, whatever realtor you work with. I don't know where she's at, but
she's in my hometown, Moultrie, Georgia.
Okay. If she has any family members that are licensed in Georgia, connect with them first and foremost, family members that she trusts. Right. Because most of the time your family members, your close friends, they're going to have your best interest in mind. And so consult with them. I always advise, clients to consult with family members, close friends first and foremost. And if you don't, hey, get on Google, check reviews and see what's going on in your area, who you can connect with that, you can trust to guide you on selling your home. But definitely consult with a real estate agent. Right. You don't want to leave money on the table.
Okay. Or she could use realtor.com, if anybody in her family. But I would say, get with a family member, like Tequila said, somebody that you trust, because they'll, send you somebody that's dependable. But if not, then you can always go to realtor.com as well and look for assistance with getting a realtor.
Yeah.
And you can call me at 912-481.
I'm not in Georgia.
I'm not serious. I'm licensed in Georgia. I will get in the car and travel. We're in several MLSs. That's the multi-listing service. That means we can buy and sell in different cities. So you can get with me and I can help you find out what your property is worth and help move you in that direction.
Lisa, give us your inbox us your information and we'll pass that on to her to make sure she has it. So we'll make sure you get her information, Lisa, for contact. Oh.
I can hear.
We're going to go with you for last minute comments.
Oh, okay. I can't hear the thing. Well, I enjoyed this podcast. Thank you, Shadana, for, inviting me. Also, I would like their information, because I like doing referrals, I'm in Texas. You guys are in Georgia, so I may have to refer a client to you guys, or you guys refer a client to me. So definitely I would want to exchange information and network and just build. But yeah, I'm excited about 2024. I definitely feel like this is the year that God is going to establish some people to break some generational curses in their families, and land is invest in some real estate, invest in land, because like Miss Campbell said, it's not going anywhere. And it's a lot of opportunities that come with real estate, whether you're an investor or a flipper, you're a realtor. It's different avenues that you can use as far as making money in real estate. So I would just say do your research, get you a trusted, dependable real estate agent that you're comfortable working with, and just do your research. And just if you have any questions, ask us. Google, like she said, Google. But yeah, I would just say, just do your research and just make sure that you work with somebody that you can trust, because not all real estate agents are dependable, and not all of them are going to go the extent or go, the extra mile to help you get that home. So you better make sure that you're working with somebody because qualification means nothing. Yeah, you can work with an agent that's qualified, but will they have your back? Will they be dependable? Can you trust them? And those are three things that I stand on. I stand on integrity, and I stand on consistency, and I stand on being honest with my clients. So just find you a dependable realtor that you can work with.
And I like that, because that's important. Because I want to know. Look, tell me the truth.
Right.
Because this is a big investment for me, and I need to know the truth. Don't lead me blindly. Just to make the sale. Tell me the truth so that me and my family don't invest in something that we gonna later regret. So, yeah, help us through this process. So I like that. So, but before we go to Tequila for last minute comments, ladies, if you can provide us your business card information, we're going to post it in our group. So we'll have it there for the rest of the week. So that way, if anybody wants to reach out to any one of you guys, that way they'll have your information to reach out to you guys as well. So make sure we get that at the end of the show. So that way people can reach out to you guys as needed. But Tequila, we'll wrap up with you.
All righty. In closing, just wanted to say, Shadana, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here on your platform. It's been amazing, and I wanted to make sure that I express my gratitude to you for that. But as far as real estate is concerned, the audience just know that real estate is multifaceted, and the markets can be unpredictable. I would encourage you to just stay informed. If you don't know something about real estate, consult with someone who does. As real estate agents, that's what we're trained to do, and anyone that's you consult with on your behalf, they should be working in your best interest if you're their client. And so if you're in the market to sell your home or purchase one, and you would like specific information, then my email address is ttookes@kw.com. Again, that is ttookes@kw.com. Send me an email and I will follow up, and I can find out more information about your unique situation in order to guide you accordingly. And thanks again, Shadana.
No problem. And we'll post all their information for everybody. So that way, if you guys want to reach out to these ladies, you will have their information, their contact, their email, and contact information to contact them personally. So again, thank you, ladies. Please do not be a stranger to Chit Chat Pod, where we chat all things women. So I would love for you guys to come back and chat again with us. We would like to give you guys with a Chit Chat Pod gift. So please send us, y'all, email us your mailing address. So we'll mail you guys a gift from Chit Chat Podcast as being one of our podcast panel guests. So thank you again. As always, Happy New Year. We wish you guys the best in your real estate business and all your other endeavors that you guys embarking in on 2024. My motto for 2024 is we're going for more in 2024. So wherever that more is for you, I hope that's what I hope it's manifested. I hope that's what you're getting. So I'm excited for the things to come for us. So thank you guys again. I wish you guys the best, and y'all have a good evening.